Okay, good viewers, welcome once again. So we want to solve a quadratic equation whose linear term is carrying a negative sign and the constant term is carrying positive, and the quadratic term has just 1 as its coefficient. In the previous video we saw how to do this, but our linear and constant term were both having positive signs. They were having positive signs. Here we see that once the quadratic term is 1, we check to see the constant term. Here it is plus 6, like it was in the video. And so we check to see what are the factors of 6, that is, numbers that will multiply together to give me 6. And those are what? 2 and 3, 1 and 6, and then I could also have 3 times 2 and then 6 and 1, which are the same thing as what the first two pairs I have mentioned. Then we also noted in the previous video that for us to get a positive answer when we multiply two numbers together, then the two numbers must either be positive or they are both negative. They are both negative, meaning that when I multiply two positive numbers together, I have positive as my answer, or two negative together, I have what? Positive still as my answer. So for me to get plus 6, then that means I will have plus 2 times plus 3 plus 1 times plus 6, or I have minus 3 times minus 2 and plus 6 minus 6, pardon me, times minus 1. So the next step is to check to see which one is it of these factors that when added will give me the linear term. That's the term in the middle. So 2 plus 3 is plus 5. That's not possible. I'm not going to use that. Plus 1 plus 6 is equals to what? 7 plus 7. This will not work because we are looking for minus 5. Minus 3 and minus 2. So you are holding 3 and you still have another, you are holding another 2. So you have taken 3 out and you are taking another 2 out. That means altogether what you have taken out is 5. And that will be minus 5. So we are going to be using minus 5 because it is what? That is what is in the middle term. And so, like we did in the previous video, instead of me writing minus 5, I'll be writing what? Minus 3x and what? Minus 2x to replace minus 5 plus 6 equals 0. The next thing is for us to group them in twos. The first two terms, x squared minus 3x, grouped together. Now, because the next term is minus, I must separate the bracket by a positive sign. And we have one minus 2x plus 6 equals 0. Now, the next thing is for us to actually factorize. I'll look at this term inside the bracket. For each of the brackets, what is common to x squared and minus 3x? I can say that x can divide this and x can also divide this. So I will bring that x outside and I will say x squared over x minus 3x over x. You should not forget the positive side here. Now, because of the minus here, I should bring out the minus outside because I want to ensure that this positive also changes to the minus I have in this bracket here. So I have minus 2 outside, minus 2x over minus 2 plus 6 over minus 2 equals 0. So x will cancel one of the x here. I'll be left with 1x. X will cancel x here. Minus 2 divided by minus 2x will give me just x. And minus 2 divided by plus 6 will give me minus 3. So what am I left with? X is still outside the bracket. X minus 3 plus times minus now is what? Minus 2 into what? X is remaining here, minus 3 equals 0. So the next thing is for me to pick these two elements outside the bracket, two terms outside the brackets into one bracket, and then pick one of these two. Like was said here in the previous video, these must be the same. They must be the same. If what we have in the bracket are not the same, then there's something wrong. We need to check through our solution, especially on this level. So we have what? X minus 2, x minus 3 equals 0. If you remember, we said if I multiply two numbers together to give me 0, then that means either one is 0 or the second one is 0. So that means x minus 2 is equals to 0 or x minus 3 is equals to 0. And so my answer, by taking this to the other side, I have what? X is equals to what? Plus 2, or x is equals to what? Plus 3, which are the what? The roots of the equation, and this all the what? The solution of the equation. Thank you.